Okay, guys, we're going to start now with the Python Dbms programming. It will be followed by Python statistical programming to Python predictive modeling, machine learning, deep learning, Gen AI, and agentic AI. Objective of this programming is going to make you much more stronger into the DBMS programming in terms of data manipulations, data analysis, data summarizations, how to go for presenting data into visualization mode in terms of looking at the programs which has to be automated, how to go for automating the entire program in Python. That is what the objective for this crash course now. I'm going to start now. This session one is all about basic navigations and the programming skills using Python, followed by how to go for querying and manipulating data. Then we'll go for joining relationship data modeling. We'll follow with data transformation using functions, formulas, and expressions, and followed by how to go for computations or visualizations using computational language, how to go for using numpys, how to go for creating the charts, how to go for creating charts using the library like Matplotlib, Seaborn, Plotply, and now Altair. We'll also talk about how to go for automate the program in terms of reading data, storing data, manipulating data, managing and creating a summary report that has to go on a scheduling basis, how to use Python automations or Python macro that we'll be doing in the last sessions of this program. Now let me go and start with the session one, which is all about Python navigations and Python programming for the beginners, how to start with. To start this, I'm going to start with my Anaconda Navigator. I believe everybody has gone and installed the Anaconda. To go for, you just go to www.anaconda.com. You can go and install that for your Mac, for your Windows system, wherever you want to install it. Now, once you install Anaconda in your system, the moment you click on Anaconda, it will open with the Anaconda Navigator. In this Anaconda Navigator, you have multiple applications which is used for different purpose. First, it is all about PyCharm, right? So it is called Integrated Development Environment (IDE), where you can also write the Python program. It is mostly used for data and AI ML professionals. They use PyCharm in terms of writing program, developing models, validating models, deploying models. They use PyCharm. There is also called Anaconda AI Navigators, which is most recently added, most to be used for developing large language models. The moment you get into Gen AI, you'll be using Anaconda AI Navigator, which is for the LLMs. Same way you have Anaconda Toolbox is given, Anaconda Cloud Notebooks are given, Anaconda Prompt is given, Jupyter Lab is given, Jupyter Notebook is given. You have given the Qt Console, Spyder, and many other applications are there. Being a data scientist, what is very important for us to understand from this navigator, the application like PyCharm, we should know about Jupyter Lab very extensively, followed by Jupyter Notebook, or we can go for we can go for Spyder. We call this as a PySpyder. Now, thing is that the programming can be happening this four platform: PyCharm, Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, and you can also get into Spyder. Now the question is that we'll go for Jupyter Notebook because the entire programming we'll be doing today, we will be going for launching Jupyter Notebook. The moment you click on it, it will browse your Google Chrome, whatever the Chromes you have, or the Internet Explorer. There it is going to open as localhost :8891/3 and question mark. The moment you see this, it is going to open. Initially, it will take time to open this. Now it is going to show you your entire system architect. Now the question is coming, where have you created your directory? Where you want to start working in Python? I can take you through. I have created a folder. Going to my download, I call Python Dbms Crash Course 2025-12. In this folder, I have my course content, which is given in PDF file, Excel file. I also have given 3 folders called Basic Programming, then followed by Session 1, Session 2. If I want to see this folder architect in my Chrome, I can simply see here the local host, which is taken to my system architect. I can go and click on this. One click only on your download. In this download, you can see the folder called Python Dbms Crash Course 2025-12. Inside this, I have given my PDF file, I have given my Excel file, I have given a basic programming window. I have also given something called a session 1, session 2. Now I click on this basic programming. I have a folder where it is given as image, it is given as code. I click on the code, there is no code inside. I will say new and create one Python. This is called as a conda ev.base. I can go for creating a new code here which I want to write. The moment I click on it, it is opening into the Jupyter Notebook where I will start writing the basic programming part. The moment I open it, it is opening Anaconda toolbox. It is not important to me. I just close it up. The code which I want to save it, I can go to the title. It is given as untitled, and the code is going to store with the extension of the file called IPYNB. This is called your Python notebook, which is written in the Jupyter. Now, the first code I want to give this as called basic program. Basic Python programming. So I just give the name as basic Python programming, rename this. Now it is stored with basic Python programming, and where this program is been stored, it has been stored into your basic programming into the code window. The code has been saved here. Why I said about basic Python programming. Now let me give you some of this brief on this. First is how to write text. So to write the text, we simply write here, write text. We just simply write here. You have an option called code. You have an option called Markdown. You have an option called raw. See, I'll show you what is the difference between all these three. The moment you write anything into this cell, it is a text which you have written. The moment you say this is going to be given as hyphen, hyphen nothing, it's a text. If you say code, it will consider this is a code. If you, the moment you run, it will throw an error. Why? Because it is not a Python code. But you are trying to run this as a code and you say run. You're running this cell as code. Now select this called Markdown. Run this code. What is it happening here? It is showing this into a bold and little bigger size of the font. Then you have an option which is saying raw. If you run this query, it's just taking this as a raw text, nothing else. So whenever you want to write a code, you have to select this code and run. Whenever you want to go for image or anything as a text, you can say Markdown and you can say run. If you don't want to show either code, Markdown, just keep it as it is. Then you can go for general form, raw, and select run. This is how we can write the text when we want to say something. For example, if I write here Devendra D. Das, it is my text. If I press now, if I select this and run this like a code, it will definitely throw me an error because it is not a syntax. Had it been happened through Markdown, if I run this, it's going to give this into a capital here. It is going to little bigger size of the font. But if I select this, I make it raw and run the code, it will read this as just a text. Now, the next question is how to comment text. This is what we completed about how to write text. Now, how to comment text. To comment text, you can insert, you can go here. I write here, this is DV Analytics located in Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. The moment I write this, it is a text. To comment this, I'll say control question mark to comment. To uncomment this, I'll say control question mark to uncomment. So logically, if I want to add, you can add one more cell to saying that to comment, we have to use control plus question mark. To uncomment, we have to use again control plus question mark. So this is the two things which we have to follow. Does it make sense to all of you guys, everyone? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now,
Yes.
how to make the font size bigger and also font color. Now, this is the question which has been asked to you. To answer this question, I will be showing you here. There is a syntax we write this way. Back, this is less than span style is equal to color. I want to make it to red color. The font size is 40 pixel. The font is going to bold. I want to write the name called Python for data science. The moment I run this, I must choose this as a markdown. It is not a code. The moment I say run, it is giving this in red color font with 40 pixel and as well as bold. That is how you need to write this, how to make the font size bigger, and also font color. This is how we can do it. Now the next is how to paste an image. If you want to go for pasting an image, now let's insert this, go back to the folder. I have an image that is called Python for data science. I can copy this. Going back here, I can choose as Markdown. I can paste Control V and I can run. So this is how I can I can go for pasting an image. Now, how to insert cells. To insert cells, you can click on this plus at the top here, or in the same cell right side, it's saying insert cells below, insert cells above. You can write like this. You can keep on adding the cell like this. This is how you can insert the cells. Now, how to go up, or you want to go for adding cells up, you can always do that as well. Now, if you want to delete the cell, just simply go for selecting this delete and you can go for deleting the cell. Next is how to undo the text. For example, guys, I have written here Devendra D. Das. Now, since I have written this, I want to undo. I'll go to my edit. I have something called undo the cell operation, not undo as Control G. Undo the cell operation. Now this cell is not going to come in. Now, next is called undo the cell operation. That is also going to remove here. Redo. You can also do redo here to come back. Now the next is going to be how to copy the cell values. To copy the cell values, for example, if I have written DV analytics, I want to copy this, select this cell. You have an option here which is called create a duplicate this cell below. The same is being copied here as a duplicate. So now we understand the basic operation, how to start working with your Jupyter notebook, and how to start looking at the kernel with the cell values, and how to go for formatting the cell values as per the requirement.